Day 2 at DragonCon here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Gail Z. Martin, the author of the Chronicles of the Necromancer with the Summoner, the Blood King in Darkhaven. The mornings may be quiet here, but the nights rock. Come along with me, meet some friends, and see the excitement that's going on, everything that is DragonCon.
Hey, I'm back with the Georgia Fantasy authors, and we've got Gillian Summers.
Hi, I'm one half of Gillian Summers, and I'd love to say hi to everyone.
And you've got, tell me the books.
Oh, Tree Shepherd's Daughter is first in a series about a girl who goes to live at a Ren Fair with her husband, with her dad rather, and finds out that he is not human, which means she's not either. Kind of wrecks her life.
I do a lot of Ren Fests. That explains a lot. Where do we find you online?
www.jilliansummers.com.
All right, thank you. We just finished up the paranormal writing. Hey Tracy, you too, if you want to be on.
Oh, okay.
Just finished up the paranormal writing panel. A couple of my fellow panelists here, Carol and Tracy. Say hi and tell us where we can find your books.
Hi there. I have a new book coming out in November, Vampire Sunrise, and it should be at bookstores and shelves everywhere.
We need your whole name.
Carol Nelson Douglas.
And your website.
www.carolnelsondouglas.com.
Okay.
Soon to upgrade.
And Tracy.
And I'm Tracy S. Force. I wrote Bride of Tranquility. It's available from Yard Dog Press, www.yarddogpress.com.
All right, thank you.
What is this, day 4 of DragonCon?
It feels like day 4 of
and I'm still
DragonCon.
upright, which is amazing. Hi, I'm Kat Richardson, and I write the Grey Walker paranormal detective novels, and I'm still alive at DragonCon, which is bloody amazing.
Where can we find you online?
I'm at www.catrichardson.com.
Thank you very much.
So was Imogen. She watched quietly as Portia donned her helmet and gunned the motor.
Our next reader is Katherine Hines, who is a fantasy novelist, lyricist, poet, co-author of a book on Celtic mythology, and author of 40-plus books for young people on ancient, medieval, and early modern societies. Her 6-book series, Barbarians, will be out in early 2010. And her web address is www.katherinehines, Catherine with a Y.com. Next reader, Jean Marie Ward, writes fiction and nonfiction with everything in between. Her first novel, With None You Get Banner, written with the late Terry Smith, finaled in the 2008 Indie Book Awards Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Humor categories. And her website is www.jeanmarieward.com.
Okay. And I really hope somebody will take advantage of the chocolates here. I mean, you're all sitting so politely, I feel like I ought to start throwing them.
I'm just reading, so I'm having chocolate.
So, yeah.
There you go. I put some in my purse and I don't know. Clarion List graduate, Ada Milinkovic Brown, has received 3 honorable mentions from the Speculative Literature Foundation. Intergalactic Medicine Show, Podcastle, The Written Word, and Fear and Trembling have published her stories. She coordinates the Greenville Writers Group in North Carolina.
Okay, I'm going to try standing. Can you hear me? I hope so because I'm loud. This is actually the beginning of the novel I'm writing, which is a dark fantasy.
Sundar Cameron Adams is an author-editor based out of Seattle. She writes science fiction, fantasy, horror, when not editing research papers in medicine, psychology, and biochemistry. Her most recent work will appear in the forthcoming issue of Arkham Tales, www.arkhamtales.com. As it happens, that's what I've got for you today, or at least part of it. The story was supposed to appear in this month's issue of Arkham Tales. All right, our next reader is Emily P. Bush, former host of GPB's Georgia Gazette, and recently finished writing a feminist steampunk novel, Shenda and the Airship Rothman, and is working on a modern mythological fantasy. Read the first chapter at blogservations.wordpress.com. Do we have mythology fans here?
Oh, yes.
All right, so you all know who Cassandra is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
This short story is the basis for the novel that I'm currently working on. And I got such a good response from folks about this story and one particular character in this story that I wanted to have more of him. So I'm spinning.
Yeah, that's gonna make a kick-ass novel.
Tracy S. Morris is the author of Tranquility and the just-released Bride of Tranquility, both available from Yard Dog Press, which is in...
It's down in the dealer's room, bottom floor, all the way against the wall on the A row.
And her most recent short story will appear in the Bain anthology Strip Mauled. www.tracymorris.com.
TracySmorris.com.
Tracy S. Morris.
If you want to read Fish Story, they've actually got it up on the Bain website as part of the free preview.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Alright. So we are... Is Racheline here yet?
Racheline. I
Racheline.
got here somehow.
Yay!
Okay. Racheline Maltese wrote the book of Harry Potter trifles, trivias, and particularities, and her fiction, mostly fantasy, has appeared in numerous outlets. Racheline also voiced Desire and Delirium in a benefit performance of Neil Gaiman's The Sandman for the comic book Legal Defense Fund.
I do all sorts of random things. Despite the fact that I write mostly fantasy, I'm actually going to read from a very old story of mine involving hackers, the phone company, and Cthulhu-like monsters under the city of New York.
Catherine Mankiller lives in Atlanta, Georgia. Her work has appeared in Electric Velocipede and Fictitious Force. Her website is www.catherinemankiller.com.
And this is actually the issue of Fictitious Force that I'm in, and it's available now at electricvelocipede.com. This isn't the story I'm reading now. This is the story I'm reading tomorrow.
Okay.
Gail Z. Martin is author of the Chronicles of the Necromancer series. Book 4, Dark Lady's Chosen, makes its international debut in 2010. Gail also hosts the Ghost in the Machine Fantasy Podcast. You can find her at www.chroniclesofthenecromancer.com and ghostinthemachinepodcast.com.
Dark Lady's Chosen comes out in December, and I'm going to read from the first chapter there. I'll have the cover with me, and you can read the whole first chapter on my website. And Dark Lady's Chosen is the second half of a duology that starts with Darkhaven, which is book 3.
Editor on Badass Fairy Story. And I'm also in Fantasy Gazetteer. And I also write and edit nonfiction for a living, food and horses and all sorts of stuff. And today I'm going to read from a poem from the chapbook that I just put out, The Unicorn and the Old Woman, and other poems.
I hope you enjoyed this sneak peek of DragonCon. Watch for my other video blogs because it was a great con and we shot a lot of footage. I'm Gail Z. Martin with the Chronicles of the Necromancer, the Summoner, the Blood King, Darkhaven, and coming December 29th, Dark Lady's Chosen. You can find me online at chroniclesofthenecromancer.com and on Twitter at Gail Z. Martin.